Hi kids, now let's continue our discussion sa histology. Our exercise for today is the nervous tissue and the central nervous system. Again, this is a combination of histology and organology. Histology meaning we will dive and discuss structures of the nervous tissue and eventually lead to the discussion of the functional organs they comprise. Okay, let's start off with the nervous tissue. The nervous tissue, of course, is made up of neurons. Okay, the nervous system is made up of functional units, which are neurons, such as this in our illustration in our slide. Ma-appreciate natin, this is a cow nerve cell smear. Okay, cow nerve cell smear. Okay, so paano siya ginawa? Kumuha ng brain sample, nilagay sa slide, and smear. Okay, then in stain. Now, this acidophilic structures na nakikita natin sa ating microscope, those are the neurons. Okay, na-discuss natin sa anatomy na ang neurons is made up of a nerve cell body and processes. There are two types of processes, axons and dendrites. Okay, so tingnan natin ang isang nerve cell, isang neuron, under a microscope. This, tingnan natin siya under LPO. This is under LPO and under HPO. Right. Okay, now this is a nerve cell or a neuron. Nabanggit natin, meron siyang nerve cell body. So yung malaking structure na yan, that is the nerve cell body. Ano ang other term for the nerve cell body? That is the soma. Okay, so this is the soma of the neuron. The soma of the neuron is of course made up of its cytoplasm and its nuclear cytoplasm. Cytoplasm and the cell membrane. Okay, in the cytoplasm, may makikita tayo parang granular substances or bodies. So these are the Nissl bodies. Nissl, such as that one. Nissl bodies, ang spelling makikita nyo sa inyong handouts. Okay, tingnan natin yung nerve cell body. This is the nerve cell body and may ma-appreciate tayong jutting processes lumalabas sa kanyang side. This is a multipolar neuron. Multipolar meaning there are a lot of processes. Okay, usually the one neuron contains one axon and a variable number of dendrites. Okay, so this is the axon and these are the dendrites. Paano natin na-appreciate or nasabi na yun? Kasi meron siyang axon hillock. This is the axon hillock. Okay, so dyan nagsisimula ang axon. Yung axon hillock typically is devoid of Nissl bodies. So they would appear lighter in color. Okay, so this is again the axon hillock and this is the Nissl substance. Tingnan natin ang nucleus ng neuron. So this is the nucleus of the neuron. Ma-appreciate natin yung iniikutan na aking cursor, that is the nuclear membrane. Etong nasa gitna, hindi pa actually siya ang nucleus. It is only a part of the nucleus. That is a nucleolus. Okay? So that is a neuron. Of course, hindi lamang naman lagi neuron ang kinocompose ng nervous system. Dapat meron din siyang connective tissue. Okay? The connective tissue, yung structures na nakikita natin na hindi acidophilic, those are the connective tissue of the nervous system. In the CNS, it is known as the glial cells. Glial or the neuroglia. Okay? So these are the connective tissue found in the nervous system. Okay, yung mga structures, fibers containing nucleus, fibers, these are made up of the neuroglial cells. May mapapansin kayo na parang may mga vacuoles. So that is actually made up of fat. Okay? Kaya hindi siya nag-stain. Hindi naman siya, wala naman siyang BSE. Okay? So that is the glial cells or neuroglial cells of the central nervous system. Now, ano ang tatawag naman natin sa connective tissue na nasa peripheral nervous system? Tawag natin doon is amphicytes or Cev1 cells. Tingnan natin ang tsura ng amphicytes. Amphicytes or satellite cells. Makikita natin sila sa collection ng nerve cell body outside of the central nervous system. These are the ganglia. Pakita mo muna ulit. Under LPO, medyo kasing tanda nyo na yung ating mga slide, kaya medyo kupas na. Okay? So this is a ganglion. Tingnan natin paano ko nasabi na siya ay isang ganglion. Kasi siya ay collection ng nerve cell bodies. Okay? So, yung bilog-bilog na nakikita natin, those are nerve cell bodies. Bundles of nerve cell bodies. Tingnan natin siya under HPO. So, those are the nerve cell bodies. Okay, na-appreciate ba natin? So, that is a nerve cell bodies. Meron siyang cytoplasm. And that is the nucleus with a nucleolus. Ano? Then may mapapansin kayo nasa gilid niya na thick spindle-shaped cells. So those are the satellite cells or amphicytes. Okay, those are the amphicytes. So connective tissue in the peripheral nervous system. Now, ano naman yung Cev1 cells? Sana naman natin makikita yung Cev1 cells. Cev1 cells are usually seen in nerve fibers. Okay? Such as this. Although ang kanyang label ay isang sympathetic ganglion, it is actually a nerve cell. It is a nerve fiber. Diba? Kitang-kita naman na fibrous ang kanyang itsura. So that is a nerve fiber. So those are neurons, diba? Again, meron siyang soma, and those are their fibers. Those fibers are actually covered with this type of cell, that is a Cev1 cell. May nakita pa ako dito kaninang mas magandang structure. Another Cev1 cell. Now, Cev1 cell usually does not stain kasi yung sinisecrete niyang substance, which is the myelin, hindi siya nag-stain. Ang nakikita na lang natin is the neurokeratin that is left of the Cev1 cell. Now, sometimes this Cev1 cell, the myelin sheath loosens up from the nerve fiber. Siya yung ito ang magandang illustration ng Cev1 cell. Kita niya siya? So as you can see, wala siya dun sa layer, sa majority layer noong section or nung slide. Kasi nga, siya ay naka-cover sa fiber. So this is a Cev1 cell. Okay, as you can see, that is its shape. It covers the nerve cell fiber. Okay, balik na tayo doon sa majority ng slide. So that is yung mismong structure section ng slide. So again, that is a Cev1 cell, another Cev1 cell. Now, yung myelin sheath na yun, yung myelin sheath na pinoproduce na yan, yung mismo na yan, kapag nasa-section siya, minsan uh, nalulusin, nawawala siya, hindi siya, natatanggal siya sa fiber. Kaya may makikita tayong diagonal lines running across the myelin. So that is the Smith-Lanterman incisors, such as that one. Okay, so that is a Smith-Lanterman incisors. Okay, diba? So makikita natin yan sa isa dito sa sympathetic trunk ganglion na slide. Okay, so those are the neuron, the neuroglia, and the spinal ganglion. Now, tingnan natin ang isang nerve fiber itself. Okay? Now, this is a long section, longitudinal section of a nerve fiber. Okay? Diba? Mukha talaga siyang fiber. Yung nakikita natin na nandiyan sa labas, fibrous material, that is the connective tissue covering the nerve fiber. So ano kaya ang tawag natin sa kanila? So that is the, kung sa muscle, anong ginagamit natin na anong ginagamit natin na root word kapag muscle or suffix kapag muscle? Diba? Mesium. Kapag sa nerve, ang tawag natin dyan is neurium. So this is the epineurium. Okay? Connective tissue covering of a nerve fiber. Okay? Tingnan natin siya under LPO. Yung nerve fiber. So that is the nerve fiber combination or collection of the axon of the processes of a neuron. So those are the axons of neurons. Okay? So makikita natin siya as a singular fiber. Hindi natin ma-appreciate yung nerve cell bundles, yung bundles na nerve fascicles dito kasi longitudinal section. Tingnan natin siya under a cross section. This again a myelinated neuron. So that is a neuron. Nerve fiber, this is the nerve fiber. Tingnan natin siya under LPO. Now here, ma-appreciate natin na ang epineurium. Diba? That is the epineurium. Okay? Punta tayo. Deeper. So that is the nerve fiber. So it is actually made up of axons. Okay, so those are axons or processes ng neuron. Now, mapapansin nyo sa gitna, yung nakikita natin parang lattice. Yung lattice na nakikita natin, that is the endoneurium. While this one, yung isang nerve bundle, this is a nerve bundle that is the perineurium. And the whole covering of it all, that is the epineurium. Okay, epineurium, perineurium, and the endoneurium. Yung lattice, yung mukhang lacuna na nakikita natin, so that is the endoneurium. Then may makikita tayong structure na nasa loob. So that is the Cev1 cell or the myelin ng isang axon. Okay, that is the myelin, the outline of the myelin. Again, hindi siya nag-stain. So that is the neurokeratin that is from the myelin sheath of this nerve cell fiber. Okay? Now, functionally, there are a lot of effects ng myelinated and unmyelinated neuron. Diba? Na-discuss yun sa physiology. Mayroon tayong makikita structures na nagse-separate ng mga Cev1 cells na nagka-considered structure siya sa isang nerve cell fiber. Those are the nodes of Ranvier. Makakita natin yung appreciation na yun sa physiology, di ba? Mas mabilis tumatakbo ang impulse along a myelinated neuron. Okay? So that is the nerve fiber. Now, punta na tayo sa organology. Starting off with the central nervous system. In the central nervous system, pag-usapan muna natin ang kanyang cover. The covering of the central nervous system. That is, of course, the meninges. Again, sorry. Napakalinaw. Okay. Makikita nyo, minsan, ito naging problema. Kaya, di ba, kapag nakakabasag kayo ng slides, kahit yung cover slip lang, kahit buo pa yung slide, pinapapalitan na namin. Kasi, kapag nabasag yung slide, nabasag yung cover slip, nagkakaroon ng opening from the sample sa outside environment. Kaya natutunaw, nawawala ang kulay. Ito, relatively bago-bago pa tong slide na to, pero dahil may basag na siya doon sa may cover slip, kaya nag-leak out na ang kulay. Okay, balik na tayo dito. Kaya ingat sa slides. Again, I cannot stress this enough. Always start in the least magnification, scanner. Moving on to LPO, then HPO. Pag nasa HPO na kayo, huwag nyo nang gagalawin ang coarse adjustments. No. Kung motic ang gamit nyo, wala siyang fine. No. Konting-konting galaw lang ng adjustment knob. Kasi kapag napadiin kayo doon, mababasa. Okay. Hindi na ako sa sermon. Balik na tayo dito. Now, this is a spinal cord. Okay? Hindi na natin ma-appreciate yung mismong spinal cord. Yan yung meat ng spinal cord. Pero ito kasi yung may magandang cut ng meninges. Na-appreciate ko pa ang meninges. Okay, so these are the meninges. Diba? Na-discuss ko na din to sa anatomy. Diba? May mataba at may payat. Okay, the meninges is of course made of three structures, the dura mater, the arachnoid, and the pia mater. Yung mataba, yung malapad, this one, that is also known as the pachymeninx or the dura mater. It is fibrous in nature. It is continuous with the periosteum of the bone. There are only certain spaces kung saan nakahiwalay si dura mater sa bone. Okay? So, in this structure, in this section, appreciate natin na nakahiwalay yung dura mater sa bone. So, natira yan. That is the dura mater. Kung titingnan natin siya, hopefully, kita pa natin ang mga fibroblasts, fibrocytes. Oops. Yan. Dito yan. So, as you can see, it is made up of, as you can see, hindi natin gaano ma-appreciate. It is made up of collagenous fibers. These are fibers. Okay? So, it runs parallel to the dura mater. Okay, so that is the dura mater. Now, punta tayo dito sa sunod na layer, which is the arachnoid space or the arachnoid. Dito na lang tayo sa there you go. Okay, so yung space na yan, that is the arachnoid. Okay, it is made of, bakit siya tinawag na arachnoid? Kasi mukha siyang spider web. Okay, so yung lattice na yan, yung connective tissue na yan, that is known as the arachnoid. So it is not a strict layer because again, siya ay web ng connective tissue. It is, makikita natin dyan ang mga blood vessels such as these. These are blood vessels. Merong mga loose tissue. So those are loose tissue na nakakabit in between the pia mater and the dura mater. Okay? Okay? Now, in between the arachnoid and the dura, may potential space dyan. Minsan kasi hindi natatanggal. Pero here, kitang-kita natin na nakaseparate ang dura sa arachnoid. So there is a space in between it. So this is the subdural space. Subdural space. Yung nasa ibaba, of course, is the epidural space. Pero hindi natin makikita, hindi natin ma-appreciate yan kung walang buto. Kasi usually nakikita yan sa buto. Again, epidural space, the dura mater, the subdural space, and that is the arachnoid. And finally, yung connective tissue na nakadikit mismo sa nervous tissue. This is already the nervous tissue. That is the spinal cord. That is the pia mater. Napapansin niyo yun? That is a delamination of the pia mater. Tingnan natin siya under LPO. So again, this is the arachnoid. That is the pia. Tayo under HPO. And that is the pia mater. Labo pa rin pala. Ang mga vets talaga, magagaling umintindi. Kasi kahit malabo na ang kausap, iniintindi pa rin, diba? Okay, so that is the pia mater. Okay? So as you can see, it is again a connective tissue covering of the CNS. Okay? Review. So that is the pia mater. Moving on outside, that is the arachnoid containing the blood vessels. Nakikita natin yan, mga blood cells yan. Moving on to the dura mater. That is the dura mater. Itong nasa taas na yan. That is the subdural space. And again, that is the arachnoid. Okay, so those are the meninges of the central nervous system. Punta na tayo sa spinal cord. Kuha tayo ng mas magandang kulay ng spine. Okay. Review tayo ng embryology, yung favorite subject ng lahat, embryology. Okay? So dahil hindi natin makikita siya ng buo, i-appreciate na lang na tingnan natin siya ng paikot. Okay? Now, this is the spinal cord. Anong na-appreciate natin sa kanyang kulay? May dalawang distinct type ng tissue. May mapula, may maputi. Okay? Itong mapula na nakikita natin sa gitna, that is of course the gray matter. That is the gray matter. Then itong mapusyaw na nakikita natin sa gilid, that is the white matter. In the spinal cord. Yung gray matter nasa loob. Siya yung nadudoon sa medulla. While the white matter, siya yung nadudoon sa cortex. Okay? But wait, pagdating natin sa cerebellum and cerebrum, baliktad na yun. Kaya ko explain kung paano nangyari yun. Now, dito muna tayo sa gray matter. Sa gray matter, kung i-appreciate nyo siya, kung titingnan nyo siya ng lahatan, hindi ko kasi mapakita ng isang slide. Siya ay isang butterfly. Mukha siyang butterfly or letter H. Kung corny ka, letter H ang maisip mo. Kung creative kang mag-isip, that is a butterfly. Okay? So, ma-appreciate natin na meron siyang dorsal column. So, this is the dorsal column because this is the dorsal area of the spinal cord. And a ventral column or pillar, minsan, tinatawag din silang pillar. Or, yung most often na tinatawag sa kanila, the dorsal horn and the ventral horns. Okay? So, tingnan muna natin tong dorsal horn. Yung dorsal horn, as we can see, gives off fibers. Palabas dyan. Actually, makikita nga natin yung fibers na yun. These are the nerve fibers exiting from this gray matter. Yan na yung nerve fiber palabas ng spinal cord. Okay? So, the dorsal gray column or the dorsal horn contains small neurons. Titingnan natin siya under LPO. So, yung nakikita natin na granules, so those are neurons. Di ba? They are small. Now, compare natin yan sa ventral horn. In the ventral horn of the spinal cord, ang lalaki ng neurons. So, these are large multipolar neurons. Appreciate nyo ba? Yan yung mga neurons ha. Baka kung ano pang tingnan ninyo. Yan yung mga neurons na nasa ventral horns. Okay? As you can see, it is multipolar. May mga dendrites and meron siyang axon. Okay? So, that is the ventral horn. Balik tayo dito sa gitna. Makikita naman natin yung kanyang lateral columns or the middle gray. So, ito ang lateral column ng spinal cord or the gray matter of the spinal cord. Okay? So, you can see, maliit na uli ang kanyang nerve cell bodies. Now, hindi ko pala nabanggit. Ano yung nakikita natin sa gitna? Bakit siya may butas, may kanal sa gitna? Ano kayong tawag sa kanya? Simple lang. That is known as the central canal. Okay, so that is the central canal. That central canal is in communication with the ventricles of the brain. Di ba? Diyan, naglalaman ng cerebrospinal fluid. Now, as you can see, meron ding cells na naglaline ng central canal. These are connective tissue cells. Considered silang glial cells. Sila ang mga ependymal cells. Ependymal cells. Spelling nasa handout nito. Okay? So, those structures na nakikita natin na naglaline na central canal ng spinal cord. Now, punta na tayo dito sa white matter. So, white matter. So, this is the white matter. Ba't siya tinawag na white matter? Kulay white. Okay? So, makikita lamang natin sa kanya ay different regions. Itong nakikita natin sa ibabaw, in between the dorsal horns, that is the dorsal funiculus. Okay? So, yung lahat na yan, hanggang dito, hanggang dyan, at ito, that is the dorsal funiculus. This one, katapat ng lateral, that is the lateral funiculus. And finally, itong nasa ilalim, that is the ventral funiculus. Okay? In between the ventral horns. Okay? Madali lang. Diba? Madali siya ma-appreciate. Okay. Let's now move on to the brain. Starting off with the cerebellum. Now, banggit ko kanina na sa brain, baliktad. Baliktad ang ating makikita. Yung gray matter nasa labas at ang white matter naman ngayon nasa loob. Asan dyan, Doc, ang gray matter? Yang lahat na yan, those are gray matter. Nasa ng white matter? That is the white matter. Okay? So yung nakikita natin parang lobes, 'di ba? Mukha siyang lobes. Itong ayan. So yan yung fovea. Fovea ng cerebellum. Okay? Na-discuss natin yan sa lab, sa ANAT lab. Okay? Now, tingnan natin ang cerebellum under LPO. We can actually determine some layers, 'di ba? May layering tayong na-appreciate, nakikita. Punta tayo sa LPO. Yung nakikita natin lightly staining layer, that is the layer of the outer molecular layer. It is directly underneath the pia mater. Kita pa natin yung pia mater doon. Nag-delaminate na, 'di ba? Those are the pia mater. Ito yung outer molecular layer. Then may makikita tayong layer ng cells, malalaking cells. Ano itsura ng kanyang shape? Mukha siyang pyramid. Pyramidal cells sila. Or Purkinje cells. So this is the Purkinje cell layer. Yan. Yan. Di ba sunod-sunod sila? So those are the Purkinje cell layer. And sa loob, that layer is known as the inner granular layer. Di ba? Diba siyang granules. Tingnan natin siya under HPO, sorry. Under HPO, this is the granular layer. Diba? Granules talaga. Punta tayo sa pyramidal layer. So that is the pyramidal layer. Meron tayong makikita mga Purkinje cells. And finally, that is the molecular layer. Okay? That is the cerebellum. Oh, sorry, hindi ko pala napakita sa inyo ang white matter. Bagal na ng camera. So that is the white matter. Ano ang ating makikita sa white matter? These are myelinated nerve fibers. Okay, paano natin nasabi na myelinated? Tingnan natin. Meron siyang mga Schwann cells. So some of them, this one is a Schwann cell, that one is a Schwann cell, another Schwann cell, and these are the nerve fibers na nasa white matter ng cerebellum. Okay? Move on na tayo sa mas malaking part ng brain, which is the cerebrum. Again, kagaya ng cerebellum, ang white matter ay nasa loob at ang gray matter ay nasa labas. Okay, such as this one. Yung nakikita natin lahat na yan, that is the gray matter. This is the white matter. Now, may ma-appreciate pa tayong pia matter na nagko-cover sa brain. Although it is already delaminated. Now, may mga layers pa rin tayong pwedeng ma-appreciate kagaya ng nasa cerebellum na molecular layer, granular layer, and the pyramidal layer. Isa-isahin natin sila. So, under the gray matter under LPO. So this is of course, the molecular layer. Then the outer granular layer. That is the outer granular layer. Then may makikita kayong, although jots lamang, parang paisa-isa lang. Pero kung titingnan nyo siya, continuous yan. Na meron pyramidal cell. So that is a pyramidal cell. Another pyramidal cell. Another pyramidal cell. So that is the outer pyramidal layer. Next layer is the inner granular layer. That is the inner granular layer. Then may makikita uli kayong layer na may pyramidal cells. Such as this one. Those are pyramidal cells. Now this is now the inner pyramidal layer. And finally, the polymorphic or the fusiform layer. Although hindi kasing ganun ka distinguished yung layers niya kagaya ng sa cerebellum, but at least ma-appreciate natin na may dalawang layers ng pyramidal cells. Madali natin ma-appreciate ang pyramidal cells kasi sila ay malalaki. That is another pyramidal cell. Okay, mag-observe nga tayo ng pyramidal cell under HPO. Ito na ang targetin natin. And the outer pyramidal cell layer, granular layer pa yan. This is a pyramidal cell. Diba? Mas malaki siya kumpara sa mga ito. Okay? So that is a pyramidal cell. Okay, so that is the gray matter of the cerebrum, and finally, again, the white matter. So, vacuolated. Doc, vacuolated. Baka meron siyang BSE. Actually, hindi. So, natutuyo lamang siya. So, these are fat deposits sa white matter. Again, ma-appreciate natin yung nerve fibers. Nerve fibers. Tingnan natin under HPO. And neurons na makikita sa loob ng white matter. Okay? So that is the central nervous system.